Hello, today I'll be teaching you how to go and complete the square. Let's first start by organizing the equation. We're going to gather all the x terms on one side and the constants on the other side. And why? Because it makes the next steps much more clear. So we're starting with this equation right now, as you see. So then we'll be left off with this new equation. Alright, so now to complete the square, the coefficient of the x squared term needs to be 1. And currently, our x squared term is 12. We're going to go and divide each side by 12. So now, our new equation will look like this. Obviously, we want to keep everything simple, so we're going to simplify the fraction 21 over 12 by dividing both numerator and denominator by 3. Now, since I'm using a calculator, it's much more easy, so we already know that our simplified fraction will be 7 over 4x. Alright, and now to complete the square, we take half of the coefficient of our x term, square it, and add it to both sides. Now, it looks a little bit funky right now, but if you weren't using a calculator, I'll show you a little trick. Dividing a fraction is like saying multiplying it. So you'd keep the fraction as it is, change the symbol to multiplication, and also flip the number that you're dividing it by. But now we want to know when it's squared. So when we square this number, we'll be given, when using the calculator, 49 over 64, or you can also square the numerator and denominator to get the same value. So now I'm going to move these to the side so we can create more room to continue working on. Okay, so I want you to keep in mind this number, 7 over 8, and also keep in mind of this number. So now that we found our number, we're going to go and add it to both sides. And now this will create a perfect square trinomial, which factors into
x plus 7 over 8 squared equivalent to 3 over 5 over 64.
So now that we have this, I'm going to clear up the page so it's much more better now. Alright, now that I cleaned out everything, we're going to go and continue on. So now time to take the square root of both sides. Remember, when we take the square root, we need to consider both the positive and the negative roots. So we're going to square root this side, square root this side. Now mind you, this will remove the square. So we'll be given with x plus 7 over 8 is equivalent to plus or minus square root of 305 over square root 64. Now we want to simplify this. So we already know that the square root of 64 will give us 8. So our new equation would be this. And now we can isolate x by subtracting 7 over 8 from both sides. So now we have x equals plus or minus square root of 3 over 5 over 8 minus 7 over 8. And finally, we can write this as two separate solutions. So I'm going to move this whole work onto the side.
I will then write these as two separate values, negative 7 plus the square root 3 over 5 over 8, and negative 7 minus the square root of 3 over 5 over 8.
So these would be our true solutions.